C shot, you lit.
You ain't outside.
We gon' get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. And it got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Beat them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later. Now let's get this paper.
What it do, world? Welcome to another episode of You Ain't Outside podcast, hosted by your boy. You know what I mean? Just out here on this fall-like day. You know, shit is here. You know, leaves all out everywhere. You know, it's a part of it. Thank y'all for always tuning in with your boy. You know, so yeah, man, we gonna get right into it, man. Y'all know I start off with my healthy topics. You know. So, okay, first and foremost, my first question of the podcast is, would you rather be your younger self or your older self? I'm going to repeat that again. Would you rather be your younger self or your older self? Now, when I say younger, you know, typically when you're younger, you're more athletic, you're more energetic, you got more of the juice. You know, but you know, when you're older, you got less of that, but you got more of the knowledge, you know, and the wisdom. So if it was me, I would, you know, I'm okay with being where I'm at. You know, as you can tell, I'm older, but I'm not as older. You know, so I still have a little juice, but then I'm older as well, so I have the knowledge and the wisdom. You know, and you know, it's a good thing, you know, to be able to use both of those criteria, you know, to be able to move forward in life, you know, because, you know, when I was younger, I just felt like I could do everything and move fast, and, you know, which I was really doing, you know, but I didn't have no knowledge. I didn't have no guidance, no wisdom on what I was really doing, you know. But as I'm older now, I'm able to think more and actually go into things and understand it, you know, and break it down, you know, like the whole process. So yeah, man, y'all let me know, would you rather be your younger self or your older self? It makes no difference, you know. I just want to know where y'all mind at, and what y'all think and how y'all feel about that, you know. So would you rather be your younger self in that era or your older self in this era? So yeah, man, y'all know this is my next part of the podcast, which is the entertainment part. So since I was basically talking about your younger self and your older self in the lag segment, so this one I want to start off with, you know, hip hop. You know, we're still celebrating 50 years of hip hop, of course, and you know, so speaking of hip hop, it's been going on since the 80s. If you do the math, it's the 80s is which it started. So y'all let me know, what was the greatest era? Was it the 80s hip hop, 90s hip hop, 2000 hip hop, 2010 hip hop, or now the era that we in now, the 2020 hip hop? Man, that's a tough question, you know, because without one era before it, there won't be another that's ahead of it. You know, so if I would have an answer, man, I would say the 80s, because the 80s paved the way. Okay, for instance, you know, like if you ever walked in snow and snow would be so high, you have to walk through it. So 80s is the person that paved the way. You know, and then the 90s came and the snow, it got a little bit smaller to where you was able to walk through it. And so forth and so on with the other eras, you know. So I would say the 80s, they paved the way for us, you know, for us to be able to do what we do, you know. So I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I congratulate y'all, you know, because y'all is really the ones who we celebrate for the 50 years of hip hop. Not just the other ones, but y'all are like the pinnacle of it, you know what I mean? Because like I said, without y'all, it wouldn't be no 90s. Wouldn't be no 2000s, 2010s, or 2020s, or so on, you know, for the future years to come. You know, so yeah, I would say that was the greatest hip hop. You know, and when I say 80s, you know, you got like a NWA, you have like a Run DMC, you have like a LL Cool J, you have like a Slick Rick, you know, you have like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. You know, you have like a DJ Cool Herc, DJ Red Alert. You know, you have all these pinnacles that paved the way. You know, so I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know, all your KRS-One. You know, it's so many to name. You know what I mean? DJ Hollywood. You know, it's like I said, it's so many, you know, so I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I salute y'all always and forever, for real. Okay, yeah, man, this is my sports part of the podcast. Y'all know where I talk about the sports and whatnot. Okay, so right now we like deep into almost the World Series, but we're not there yet. So I'm gonna keep y'all posted on that. But besides that, we have the NBA season starting soon. But other than that, I want to talk about wrestling. Wrestling was a pinnacle thing for me, you know, growing up. So with that being said, what is the best era? Is it the 80s, which were like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and things of that nature, or was it the 90s? Like, so when I say the 90s, I want to say like the Attitude Era, you know, with the Rock, Stone Cold, and people like that, you know, the Undertaker and stuff. And remember WCW was lit too at that time, you know, so with Goldberg, Kevin Nash, you know, NWO and stuff like that. So was it the 80s era or the 90s Attitude Era or the 2000s with, you know, you had like a John Cena, Brock Lesnar and stuff like that. 2010s, you know, you had your 2010s, you know, you had your you know, okay, at that time, you know, like a Jeff Hardy, he was in like his prime at that time. Like a Edge. Yeah. So okay, so that's that era, 2010. And it's a lot more superstars. In the 2020s, would you have like a Roman Reigns? You have like a Seth Rollins. You have like a Bianca Belair. You know, you have all these superstars. You know, a Charlotte Flair. So what was the best era? Was it the 80s? Was it the 90s? Was it 2000s, 2010s, to 2020s? Me, my best era was the Attitude Era. This is when you had WWF or WWE versus WCW, and they were colliding. You know, different companies, different owners. And when I say that was when it was at its peak, because it was competition from two companies, you know, and they were bumping heads and colliding, and I loved it for the sport, because one was trying to do better than the other. And you know, when it's always one trying to do better than the other, then it's a motivation thing, you know. So I just want to say I appreciate that era. I appreciate all wrestling, period, though, you know. So yeah, like I said, y'all let me know what was the greatest era of wrestling. Man, so this is my Off the Dome segment. Y'all know where I speak my mind always, you know. So since I've just been talking about the greatest eras of things as far as music, you know, from me being younger to from me being older, to wrestling. So my Off the Dome question is, what was the dopest era of your life? When was you doing the most? Was it when you was like a teenager, maybe in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? A lot of people have their greatest years in their later years, you know. So right now I'm in my 30s, so I would say my best year is when I was in my 20s. Man, I was doing so much shit. I was mad, you know. I was loving it, you know. You know, back to the first question, you know, about me being my younger self or my older self. I was my younger self, and I just had so much energy. I have energy to give to other people, you know. I was just young, dumb, and full of cum, you know what I mean? And a lot of y'all got it, you know. And Wait, no, y'all ain't get it, but y'all got it. You know what I mean? Wrapped up always, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know. But thank y'all, you know what I mean, for tuning in to another episode of You Ain't Outside Podcast. You know, I appreciate y'all always. You know, until then, you know, like I always say, if you ain't outside, where you at?
We gon' get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. And it got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Keep them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later, now let's get this paper. Cause we ain't worried about shit, now let's get this paper. Shawty say I'm too much, fam, them too tough. When you get them blues up, then you make them rules up.